Banyana baka. Welcome back to my YouTube channel if you're a returning subscriber, and welcome to those who are new. We love to have you here. We hope you stay. We hope you have fun. We hope you learn a lot. We hope you subscribe, honey. We hope you comment, you like, you press the notification button. Today we'll be learning how to prep your face before you apply foundation. We'll also be learning how to apply foundation, and we'll also learn how to contour and highlight as well. I've already done my eye makeup. I've already done my eyebrows. I've done a natural brow today. I didn't fill it in. I just shaped it and concealed. And then I've done my eyeshadow. I've gone a bit green because my outfit is going to be green as well. And then I've also added in the lashes. Remember, there's a video on my channel already that shows you how to do your eye makeup, including installing your lashes. So let's get started. We're now going to do, because we've washed our face, we've moisturized, and we've applied our sunscreen, is we're going to go in with our primer, which is our Maybelline New York. It's the Baby Skin Instant Pore Eraser. So what I like to do is I like to apply it around the areas where my pores are the most open, if I can say that. That would usually be around my nose and under my eyes. That's where I've noticed that I have a lot of pores. Also here by the edges of my nose. I then go in with my setting spray. Is the Maybelline Lasting Fix setting spray, and I just, okay, once I'm done, then I can start prepping my foundation. What I usually use, if I'm going to have a very made up face, I like to go in with a warmer undertone, which is my Yardley London airbrush foundation. So I go in with the shade Hazel. It's a bit darker than my skin color, but because I conceal with such a light concealer, I find that it works well with the concealer, because when I apply my skin shade of foundation, which is the same brand but caramel, I just tend to feel like I look like a ghost, because it's like everything is just giving light vibes. Like the concealer's light, the foundation is light, so I try to go in with Hazel when I really want a beat and made up face. I don't want it to be like it kind of looks like she's just wearing one shade of foundation and that's it, you know, or just be ghosting people there, like in a picture with a flash there. No, I will post a video of me doing a simple natural but not natural makeup look. And also, it's not really my thing, the natural but not natural makeup look. I like to look beat, like I like to look like the girl. I like it when I'm, you know, contoured up, highlighted up, you know, just giving. Because this particular foundation brand that I use is very light cover. I like to mix it with some setting powder. I use the Yardley London loose powder in the color deep beige. So I then take some, pour it into the lid. I take my Hazel, pour it into the lid. I then mix, and then I apply, especially around the edges of my nose, because that's where the pores really come through. I then like to go in with a wet sponge just to blend it in around the edges of my nose and everywhere else. Okay, if you need more product, then you just go in again with your sponge on the lid. Make sure you also get some under your chin so everything can look blended. Also blend some onto your neck. Once I'm satisfied with the blending, I then go in with my concealer. If you watched the video where I did my eyeshadow and I did my eyebrows, you will remember that I used two concealers. One was dark, one was light. So now I'm going to go in under my eye with the dark one, which is the Revlon photoready candid, right? Mine is in the color 440. What I do is then I apply some on my hand, then go in with a damp sponge. My sponge is always damp whether I'm blending my foundation or blending my concealer, it's always damp, so it's easier to use them to blend out the product. Yes, yes. Blend, you know. We're going to go in under the eye with the Revlon photoready candid concealer. So it's best to look up when you are applying concealer, especially if you have creases like me. This I specifically learned from K-Yums. Once I've concealed my under eye with Revlon photoready candid concealer in the color 440, I then go in under my eyes with the Yardley deep beige loose powder. I get some on my sponge. After that, I apply some under my eye. Then we let it sit for 5 to 10 minutes. So the reason I do this is because I've got creasing under my eyes. If I do this method before I apply the lighter concealer, it reduces the creasing. I then contour the rest of my face with a lighter concealer, which is the L'Oreal Infallible concealer. It's a bit of a mess, honey. So there we go. In the shade 333, go in with the concealer on the areas where we need to conceal. Forehead. While we wait for the under eyes to set, conceal the chin. So the trick is to blend. If you blend well enough, then your face is going to look very good. The nose. And we can now use our next setting powder. It's also from Yardley. This is in the shade Caramelized. What I've used so far, I've gotten from Clicks. So I then take another sponge, dip it in the setting powder. The Caramelized looks lighter than the deep beige. We then let the powder set for 5 minutes. The lighter powder, I don't like to let it sit for too long. I just feel like it's going to make me look very ghosty. I know I look like a mess, but trust the process. We'll come back and we'll just brush it off and continue our face beat. Okay, so we've let the powders set. So what we're going to do now is we're going to brush it. Once we've brushed off our setting powder, we then go in with our pressed powder. This I specifically got from Foschini. Just dab a little. You then go in and contour your nose. You join it with your eyeshadow so it doesn't look out of place or harsh. Just make sure it's blended properly. Once you feel it's blended properly, you can then go in and contour your cheekbones and parts of your forehead. So again, you dab. Once you've dabbed, you blow. Then now you can go in and you go in with the same powder. So once we've contoured our cheekbones and parts of our forehead, if you feel as though the lighter contouring, which is supposed to highlight your forehead, is gone a bit dim, you can go in again with some Yardley Caramelized loose powder. just to even it out. Now add your blush. The highlight, contour and blush palette that I use is from Hermosa Flor. Today I feel like using a more orangish blush just to add a little color. Go in with your angled brush, the same one you use to contour your cheekbones, and you just add some. Blend it out. Once you've added your blush, you can now go back again in with the Yardley caramelized loose powder just under the contour. Go back in with your damp sponge. You can then now start going back in again with your lighter concealer. Once I've applied my lighter concealer, which is the L'Oreal Infallible in the shade 333, I then blend it out. As you can see, my under eye is nice and bright. As you can also see, the creases under my eyes are less visible. So now that I've gone in and I've blended my concealer, I can now go back again with my favorite girl for this video, the Yardley loose powder in the shade Caramelized. Then we go in under our eyes just to set that concealer. So I just make sure that I've retouched the parts where I had already set with the same loose powder. So we let it sit for about 5 minutes. Like I said, the caramelized loose powder, I don't like to let it sit for too long. And then we'll brush it off. And then after brushing it off, we'll highlight. And then we're done. Okay, so our 5 minutes have passed. So now we can brush off the residue loose powder off of our face and start highlighting. So now that we're done, now it's time to highlight. What I like to use to highlight is my Hermosa Flor White Lily eyeshadow palette, baby, in the color Humility. That's my favorite girl for a highlight. Wow. I take my Maybelline Lasting Fix spray. I take my eyeshadow blend brush. I spray some, just like so. The setting spray on the brush really makes the shimmery shades really come through very nicely. It really makes them pop. Blend just so it doesn't look like a patch of just shimmeriness. So now you take the Lasting Fix spray again. You take an angled brush, you spray some onto your angled brush, and then you go in again with my girl Humility, the star of the show, honey. Then you highlight places like your chin, your forehead. Just blend out wherever else you've highlighted. And that is basically that when it comes to our tutorial of how to prime your face before you apply foundation, how to apply foundation, how to contour just to give you a really nice beat face, and also how to highlight. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. What I'm about to do now is I'm going to apply some lipstick off camera because that was not part of the tutorial. Then I'm going to come back and just speak to you some more. Okay, Banyana, if you made it to this part of the video, I've applied some lipstick. I've changed into my dress that I did say would match my eyeshadow. Like, I am showing you right now. I hope you really took something from this video. I hope you really learned something. Thank you so much for watching the video. Thank you so much for the support. Thank you so much for just liking, subscribing, just also the people who are sharing the videos. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I hope you'll be back. I hope we'll learn some more, and I hope we'll become better together. Please do continue to comment, to like, to subscribe, and to share the video. Also click on the notification button. I love you guys so much, and that's on period, boo. Period.